Oh my god, this shit is actually ridiculous. It is actually insane. You are not going to believe it. It is crazy. Oh boy. Welcome back to a brand new stream, everyone. Today, we're going to be talking about some crazy shit. We're going to be talking about Warframe, some crazy shit in Warframe. Actually, no, we're not going to talk about that. It was just kind of like, hopefully to get you started on this, hopefully to get you excited about this stream, because today's just going to be like a chill, normal stream. I don't like the music. Let me change it. Better. That's more fitting to the theme of today. So today's Wednesday. It is Wednesday, my dudes. Insert the meme. But yeah, my plan for the day is like basically every Wednesday, just the idea is just to, like, relax, chill. Normally I do it just chatting, but I kind of want to integrate some gaming into this as well. I'm kind of trying to see like what the best schedule is, because I'm feeling that there is still like a place for a stream where we can just chill and we don't necessarily need to have like a content piece, which is basically everything else. So yeah, Arturia asks, what did Warframe do this time that they won't recover from? Oh, they made a new update and they put something in the update, or maybe it's been around for a while, but oh my fucking god. I have a Warframe expert who pointed me towards this atrocity, which I want to like talk with you about. It's kind of bad. It's also not bad. It's like bad in a different way. I think it's really funny. But yeah. Anyway. So today we're just gonna be doing like a chill stream. We're just gonna be playing a little bit of Warframe, because honestly, like, I've been excited. I've been not so excited. It's a weird time right now. It's a weird time. I don't know. I just feel like I just want to relax, chill with you guys, chat a little bit, and I think that one stream a week, that will be perfect. I'm kind of hoping that I can find a place in the week where I can actually do this stream maybe for 4 hours or so, because I kind of would like to combine the just chatting and also like playing a game and not like just like talking about shit, like, you know, just I want to find a better place for this, because last week we played Warhammer 40k. I really want to continue doing that, and I think that is also a perfect place for a stream like this, because it is not necessarily a high action content thing. It's more enjoyable over the long run, where we just sit and talk and also just like play the game at the same time. Kind of old school Twitch thing. But anyway, let's go into Warframe. Let's go figure out what the hell is going on. Did I say that Warframe is never going to recover from this? Because it sure as hell isn't. So first of all, let's go over to the game, and then I'll tell you more. So yeah, here we are. We're here back with the beautiful new camera. I'm really loving this. It's great. I like it so much. I've already told you how much I like the new camera. I just fucking love it. So yeah. Let me go here. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are doing fine. Let me see if my Warframe experts are here. Yo, what's up, you guys? Are you here? I'm
Yep.
Cool. I'm here with a question. Well, first of all, of course, like, Rahab and Retro are both here. Rahab here is going to be our resident Warframe expert today. Because you showed me something which made me title the stream as follows. Okay, I don't know if you've seen the title, but I'm calling it
Warframe will never recover from this?
Yeah, Warframe is never going to recover from this. And it kind of has to do with what you showed me. So I'm going to go bring it up right now. I'm going to go bring it up, what you just showed me. And then maybe we go run around while we talk about why it's probably kind of bad. But yeah, let me go and open this up, and can you tell us what we're seeing here? We're seeing here a beautiful build, by the way. This is a build that Rahab sent me, and I was just like blown away by it.
You are seeing a pretty meta build, although it is not finished, so the damage can be higher.
So what we're looking at right now is if you're not that familiar with Warframe, you're like, okay, so these are the mods, but these are not the mods I'm used to, because what the hell is duo rounds? What the hell is Prime Rubido Line Barrel? I've never seen that on my Prime Bolter. I don't know what the latest meta weapon is. The Soma Prime, bro. Remember the Bullet Prime versus Soma Prime? Those were the fucking days, man. But yeah, no. What you're seeing here is an arc gun. Why would arc guns be great? Because arc guns right here are you can use them on your necromech, and this thing does 200k damage. 200k
right.
damage.
It's technically not an arc gun, it's the exalted gun of the necromech. But yeah, it has 200k damage, and as I said, with the critical chance, that means that every hit is a crit, and it's 1,000,000 damage for every crit.
1,000,000 damage per crit.
More. Yep.
Now, I like the reason why I wanted to why I titled this Warframe is never going to recover from this is because I hope that the thing is still alive. I hope that we can still do an Eidolon. Because you showed me that the Eidolon meta has just been completely broken right now.
Yeah. I don't know if they are. If we're very quick, we may be able to get one.
All right. I'm gonna invite you, and then we're just gonna like jump right in.
Yeah.
There we go. Let me set it to friends. What's up?
We have 11 minutes left, so I don't think we'll be able to do that.
11 minutes? Oh,
Yeah.
if we can just do one, just to show like just show me what you showed me and just like just a little while ago, just to like give people an idea of how broken it is, right? Because like we can talk about big numbers and people are like, well, you know, I got big numbers on my gun as well. Who cares? Big numbers, right? No.
Yeah.
This is something else. Simfrone, how's it going? Isn't that the gun from your? Arturia asks, isn't that the gun from your starter mech?
Yep.
The starter
from
gun.
the starter mech.
Damn, boy. Damn.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
we may only be able to do one limb on this.
all right. Well, let us go. Because, like, back in the day, you know, this fight was supposed to be really fucking big, right? Like, you go in, you prepare with 4 people, everyone would, like, know ahead of time, like, what they'd be doing. You'd be going for your lures, you'd be going for, like, your optimal build. And, like, taking one of these down was the big challenge of the century. Now, though, let's just go and show, like, how fast you like, I'm just gonna watch. You go do your thing. So look at that. The necromech is here. There it is. First thing down. This used to be a fight. This used to be a big ass fight. Now, you just come in, fucking one-shot the boy, and there he goes. I mean, obviously he sinks down right now. However, this is not a fight at all. I cannot imagine that Warframe be looking at this and being like, man, this is how we want our game to be optimized. This is how we want our game to look. So I can imagine that they may feel that they may want to patch this. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do as a game? Or your entire boss fight is absolutely, like, laughed at because people with a starter like, necromech gun with, I mean, a pretty OP build, but, like, it can be even better, can just one-shot this, or you're gonna nerf something, but how the fuck are you gonna nerf a 1 million plus build without fucking, like, destroying something massive that people have built? Like, it's insane. How did he do that with a normal build? Arturia, he does 1,000,000 damage, he just fucking destroys it in one shot.
Yeah, it's what it says on the tin, because, like I say, he's got the crit chance. That means it does 1,000,000 damage per shot, because 200 base damage or 200 crit damage, 200k damage mods. That is before crit. And then the crit is a 5.4 multiplier. So of course, 2 times 5 is 10, and 100,000 is a million.
Yeah.
And also I'm using radiation damage, so that also makes it stronger.
So there we go. It's like, can you imagine what, like, the devs just being like, yeah, you know, back in the day we nerfed, what's it called? We nerfed the Dallas Bulgag, what the hell this thing was called, the secondary, this thing, because it was too powerful. We nerfed the Cyanode Gamma Core because it was too powerful. We nerfed all these weapons because they were too powerful. Well, this, like, 1 million plus damage dealing weapon that's gonna destroy an Eidolon with one shot. Now we're just gonna leave it in. Do you think they're gonna leave it in?
Honestly, yes. Because as I said, the ability to use the Necromex is pretty limited. There's like 3 missions to use it. You can use them in Railjack, but Railjack is Railjack.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah, the missions that are available for that are... there's no point in playing them, basically. Railjack is just a longer way of getting the same result for less reward, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
And then the only other places you can use them are on the Planeswide on the Cambion Drift or the Orb Palace. None of which you'll really be playing on much once you've got everything done.
True.
I don't know if the Eidolons despawned. It shouldn't have done. We have 6 minutes left. So yeah, as point there, it's taking us 4 minutes to get to the last phase of it. And the best part is I am being slow. Like, this is not as quick as you can do this with these things available.
True. I mean, like, we're just kind of like chilling around a little bit. It's like if you have people who are like, man, if you do this back in the day, like doing 9 Eidolons, the triple Tridolon, that used to be the big thing, man. Like people were prepping for that. People were like in Discords about that, trying to get every single minute out of the night. And now, I mean, man, I can see you do this like super fucking fast, and that's why I think that this is something which is kind of breaking the game, but also something like you can't really fix, because if you're gonna fucking change this, like people that built these entire like 1 million plus builds, it's like, how much are you gonna reduce that shit? It's like, how much you're gonna reduce like something which already isn't all that very popular, and then you're gonna like fuck with the people who do actually play it, or you're gonna keep this in the game and actually leave this fucking broken. It's like, you can't fix this. So yeah, it's a little bit overblown, the title, but at the same time I do think there is some merit to it. Oh, you found it. Nice.
Yep.
Smaller sentients rush to the Eidolon's aid, healing it. Stop them.
There we
Just
go.
need the damn Romulists now.
Yeah, true that, man. Bro, it's been such a long time since I've done this. I remember the first time I killed him without lures, and I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Well, it's kind of a what the fuck just happened when you do have them the first time as well.
Yeah. I mean, this entire fight is kind of curious when you, like, I mean, that's everything in Warframe. No one knows what's going on when they first do it. So yeah, Simvron, pretty sure the Eidolon records have been shaved down even more since those focus changes in Angels of the Ceremon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Initial watch the health bar.
Yep. Watching it now. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh man. It's like, man, this shit is... The fact that this is also the starter mode, eh? The starter mech gun. I'm like, man. It's like, I haven't been in Warframe for some time. However, I feel like a fight like this shouldn't be done. Like, I'm not saying that should be changed, because honestly, like, I quite like it. I quite like that you can, like, build up such an insane power, and I think it's very commendable that you have managed to, like, build such an insane build. But at the same time, I can imagine that as a game designer, you'd not want this at all. Like, your boss fight has just been reduced to nothing. Like, you can solo this easily. Very easily now.
Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to show you, the other thing. Hold on. So, this is the Mausolon, the default weapon that comes with the Necromech. This is what its normal fire is like. And then if I use my course's abilities, this is what its buffed fire is like.
What? Damn, son!
literally turns into a minigun, and that's not even the highest amount it can go to.
So
and you know how Gorse can't turn when he's dashing?
Mm-hmm. How have you figured that out?
You can.
How did you do that?
If you put dispenser on him, it causes him to, because dispenser can be cast while you're moving.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, that doesn't take into account the fact that you're dashing. So you're dashing, and then you have a fourth, like, 4-degree movement, basically.
Damn.
Fourth dimensional, rather. Yeah.
Can you see the build? Obviously. I think we can also post this in the Discord. But here we go.
Which build do they want? The Gorse one?
I think the gun build. I'm showing on stream right now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because if they want the Gorse or Mausolon build, I can give them that as well.
Mm-hmm. Just let Rahab know, Arturia. But yeah, that's something which, like, I was blown away by, and I'm kind of like, man, there's not much news coming out in Warframe. It's been a while since I logged in, but I saw this shit. I'm like, oh boy, I gotta check this out. It's kind of like, remember that time when you could very easily rank up or so, by like some sort of like point where you were just standing and then you just rank up your shit like crazy, and then some YouTubers got banned for that.
The Draco exploit.
Yeah, something like that. It was like with Nooble Showtech and so on. That's like I don't like this is not like using an exploit, but boy is it close to like doing that. Also, I also want to check something right here. I think Everfan gave me a a water gun gift. Let me go take a look as to what that is. Oh my god, a mantis, bro! I don't think I've ever had a mantis before. My Warframe dreams are coming true. Like, I think that's literally the last thing that I ever needed in my flying ship collection, unless they added new ones. But yeah. Fame, how's it going? I mainly did my arcane runs with angel stuff these days. They added a new one. Ah, shit. I'm cursed. They'll never. I'll never have a complete collection. But let me go back to my. Let me go back here to my to my ship. Also, yeah, Finn, we have someone else who's speaking. Bro, y'all hearing that? I am still, like, I was still back in my ship and I was still hearing the Cetus Fender talking to me. I was like, did he follow me into my ship? Should
Probably
I be afraid? Should I be fucking afraid? What did I want to do? Oh yeah.
I so wanted the opportunity to kill the Ostrons during a new war.
Oh man, they're annoying. Landing craft. Wait! Hold on oh no, wait, the Lisette Prime skin was always a skin, right? Or did they actually take away the actual Lisette Prime and then made it a skin?
I thought it was its own thing.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought the Lisette Prime was its own thing, and that the skin was like that it wasn't a skin, but now it's a skin. Let me go read up on this shit. Let me go and read up on this. The Lisette is the Lisette Prime was a skin, right? I thought it was its own thing. Let me see. Lisette skins can be applied. Prisma, Protege. See, it's not in here. Like, you have the Dex Anniversary, you have the Atari, the Sidona, the Hellkite, the Hema, Day of the Dead, Trivia.
I've been thinking, operator.
Let me see, the Lisette model was completely revamped. The Lisette has external flaps, media, patch history, fix Lisette flaps, Lisette. I want to find something about Lisette Prime. Go back. Lisette Prime. Okay, so is this shit skin? So this is a skin or actually a selectable Lisette? Would I be able to put on a skin on the Lisette Prime, other than the Lisette Prime skin, or does it make your inventory fancier? The second, first, I actually want to. Let's see. The second, first, I actually want to answer. Third, probably. It's a skin for the Lisette Prime, not an alternative ship. Okay, so I think that this is. That this is indeed. It was always a skin.
Excuse me. Sent you two pictures of the Gorse build and the Mausolon build for
nice.
Artorias.
Yeah. Let me just show them like that, or I click on there. There we go. Yes, I always thought that Lisette Prime was just like another ship, but I guess it's always been a skin from the start. So.
There's a new orbiter now as well. No, not orbiter.
Yeah, the
landing craft thingy, the tiny one.
Yeah, like what's it called? Like someone Sims just told me that in chat. But let me go and equip the mantis, because honestly, I was not expecting this. I was not expecting that I'd be having a mantis at some point in time, because back in the day, it was always a skin. Back in the day, the Lisette came out. That was like the standard thing. And then the mantis came out. I was like, holy shit, I gotta have that. That looks kind of cool. However, these things are super hard to get. Even if like that was back in the day when I seriously farmed this game, and even back then, this shit was so hard to get that I was like, man, I'd kind of given up. And then all of a sudden, what happened was I became a Warframe fan channel. And the very first thing that I got for free from Warframe was like this Xyphos, like new landing craft thing. That's why it looks so ugly, because that was back in the day. What I used to do was my color scheme, like red and blue. It's absolutely god awful, but I thought it looked cool back then. But yeah, so I was over the moon with this. Like I could not believe myself. I thought I literally thought in my mind it was like as though I'd been given a $60 game. Like I could not believe that someone would just give me this for free. I did not realize then yet that it was just like pixels, digital pixels. So I mean, like, it doesn't cost them anything to give this to me. But hey, I was young, okay? I was happy. So, like, I remember being so happy with this, and then like I got the what's it called, the Lisette thing later. However, I never got the mantis, and now I have the mantis. It's cool. Thanks to everyone. Thank you so much. Water Yang indeed. Hold on. Like I'm hearing a lot of background noise from Retro. Retro, I'm hearing a lot of background noise from you. That's why I have to script. Get it right now? Okay. Say again, Rob.
The scimitar was a pain in the ass to get as well.
Wait, there's another? Fuck, there's another.
Yeah. Yeah, hold on a second. I shall link it to you. If you can link it, I don't know if you can.
No, now that you say so, that name sounds familiar to me. That name does sound familiar to me. But yeah, I meant like basically the thing that I showed you. God, I don't know what it's called. Maybe that's the scimitar.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I don't have that one either. That looks like a Destiny ship, man. That name sounds...
It is very difficult to get because the parts drop from the assassin targets who come and get you. So. Oh. They barely drop at all.
Yeah, I assume the scimitar engines. See, like, these things are so hard to get. But yeah, basically, like, that round ship was the very first thing I ever got when I became, like, a quote-unquote partner. And honestly, like, shall we do some missions? Because I kind of, like, I kind of want to... I feel nostalgic now. I just want to, like, run some missions, ramble a little bit, and then we'll call it a day.
Yep.
So, let me see. What kind of build did you have with... I kind of want to see... I kind of want to see if I can find the same thing for my heavy weapon. What do you say the heavy weapon was called? The Mausolon, right?
Mausolon, yep.
I got 2 of them. Why?
Yeah, just check your necromex. You might have gotten a free necromech, and that would be why.
Okay.
Because you get it with a necromech.
Okay, so, I guess both of them are unranked. Damn it.
You
So, yeah.
haven't done anything with them.
Bro, no, I have the only time I've ever played a necromech was when I had to in the New War part. And one time when there was like some sort of event where you had to use them, but then you could just pick them up from the ground, so just pick them up from the ground. I mean, like, as you say, it's like, where do you use them, right?
Literally no.
Let's see, they're already upgraded, so let me see what you have. Rubido line barrel, I mean, you got prime line barrel, but I don't think I have that. Dual rounds, actually I can better swap that out. Oh.
You're poor.
Yep, I am poor indeed. Let me see. Combustion rounds, electrified barrel, hollow rounds. Do I not have a? Oh, no, I do have hollow rounds. Magma chamber. Do I have a full magma chamber? Yeah, I do here. And then we still need automatic trigger and parallax scope. Automatic trigger I have as well. And parallax scope, I think so too.
Is quite a former heavy build.
Yeah.
Like 3, I think. Well, more for if you're using primed mods.
Mm-hmm. Well, where can we rank this the best? Because honestly, like, do we have to do a railjack?
Oh, sorry, sorry. Sorry, I'm eating.
No, don't worry about it.
Mine only has 2 on it, so.
I have 2 necromechs. One is rank 0, the other is rank 2.
No, I mean, mine only has 2 former on it, so... although that said, I am also using a lot more dual mods, you know, like status chance and element. So they take up less space. Yes, we can go and do Archwing to do that.
What would you recommend we do? Like, what is the best way to level this shit up?
Well, for starters, we will want to go to a relay.
Alright. Let's go there then. Let me set it to public, let me go and invite you. Did they fix it? You can switch to the mech in ESO then? Wait, you could? Was a weird trick like the abomination pet. Oh my god, I remember the abomination pet. It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful.
I have no idea if you were able to do that or not, so maybe.
How did that work? We can trade out.
Could do. Yeah, so if we go to the Earth relay.
Earth relay. Wait, that's Cetus. Yeah, you got it. There it is. Man, it's been such a long time since I've been to a relay. Let's see. Afim says I never drowned though. Didn't you just say like you were gonna deport voice chat and drown? Did you not do that? I'm disappointed.
Yeah, because his mic got scuffed.
Damn.
And when he was in voice chat, all you could hear.
Oh boy.
And,
Arturi says only reason I know if that one is because I saw someone use a bone widow in ESO. Damn. People find ways to bring. I mean, honestly, if you can bring that 1 million into ESO. Okay.
we can also launch a mission from here as well. But, just a little helping hand for leveling stuff up.
Oh. Press F to pay respect. Thank you. I've heard about this. This
Makes me laugh because my magma chroma now gets to sit in full display around all this fire, so it suits quite a bit.
Where's fire? Like where you see that?
If you go into the
Oh,
main
there.
area bit.
Damn. They actually found a use for these statues.
Yep.
Bro. So how many people have tried to have already successfully trolled these things by making like the most hideous fucking warframes? Or Warframes that look the
honestly-
most like penises and then just like place them there.
Honestly, from what I've seen, not many.
That's like the first thing I'd do.
Oh, now you mention it.
I mean, like, you can't change it anymore now, can you?
No, because you can only do a buff, or booster rather, every day. So if someone else comes along and does it,
It'll be there,
where the fuck
Warframe.
is- where the fuck is my chroma just showing up as a default chroma prime in the posters? It's not supposed to do
Wait,
that.
yours also supposed to show up in the posters?
Yeah, if you come into the navigation room, you'll see.
Oh god. Oh god, I gotta find a navigation room. This is not the standard
fast
relay.
travel. Just fast travel.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was not gonna find this. However, I did starve a blood beast to death in Bloodborne. Oh shit. Yeah, y'all actually played sensible games as well. Safe for
Yeah,
work
the
games,
posters-
Sissy.
Yeah. Yeah, safe for work.
Yeah, I was doing
yeah,
work
my
today,
chroma-
and I was going off Discord. I was like, yeah, I better not join this. It's
Oh, look
fitting.
at those posters for a second.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
But to you, my chroma shows up as like my chroma is, but to me it just shows up as a default chroma prime.
Wow,
Bruh, D cucking me again.
this like they're never gonna recover from this as well. See, we're just catching them on more and more problems. All right, where do you want to go? Where's the best place to rank up this gun?
Do you have these squads set to invite only?
I can set it to invite only. Yep.
Yeah. That's what you want.
Salacia Neptune.
Mhm.
All right, we'll find out. We'll find out. Oh yeah, you were still streaming. I was watching your stream.
I
Maybe-
completely forgot about that.
Maybe that's why I was hearing the Cetus person still in my ear when we'd already left Cetus.
Possibly.
Satellites in the vicinity.
Oh my god. Wait, they still have Arcing missions?
While I extract that data.
Yep.
I thought they removed these.
No.
Didn't they say that they were gonna like remove Arcwing for Oh wow, even at rank 0 this weapon fucking slays, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's the Mausolon fucks, as people say.
And this weapon is a standard weapon that I just randomly got 2 of because I don't know, I got a Necromech? What?
If you get one free with a Necromech, specifically the Void Rig, so if you have 2 Necromechs, then yes, you'll get 2 of them.
Defend this satellite.
Why did they never like get me to use this weapon? Because if I was able to use this weapon, people told me like, yo, this shit slays, I might have actually done more of this.
To be fair, I think they were probably expecting people to experiment a bit more when using the weapons that they get for free, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I saw another Arcwing-like content, like content mechanics similar to Arcwing and Railjack that you only do in very select few missions that you could only play on this content island, which is another open world. And I was like,
Working on them.
yeah, been there, done that. Don't need to.
Yeah, I do think you need a deployer to use them in regular missions, though, so there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Stay focused. There's a
The deployers are a bit of a pain to get.
Mm-hmm. Damn, man. That is crazy.
No, it's not the deployers, it's the gyro or something. It's some bullshit you get from the
Oh, yeah.
heists on Valis that never fucking drops.
I have the data. Move on to the next target.
Wait, does this thing actually have ammo or is it just infinite?
All in ammo is infinite in archery.
Oh, wow. They've done that rather well. Oh no, I've ran out of ammo!
Yeah, it's a bit of a restore.
Oh,
It does have a
yeah,
very
no, I
big
remember
package.
this. Like, it counts up over time. Bro, that's like
Yeah,
fucking standard shit. Let's
it
see.
does have a very big magazine size.
Yeah. It's okay though, because like I'm just continuously slaying. And if we can one-shot shit, like who cares?
Destroy the satellite.
Afim says, what about Dawn of War? Or Kids? Or Terraria? Or Genshin? Oh, well, never mind Genshin. It's not very not safe for work outside of the game. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I've seen some posts in the Discords, that's for sure. But yeah. Simveron says...
Stardew Valley, I'm still holding you to that.
I have actually installed it. I actually already found it on my Xbox. But I don't think it's crossplay, so maybe I should open it on PC.
Yeah, it's not crossplay.
Yeah, that sucks. But yeah. Simveron says, if you've done Profit Taker before, you will have Arc Weapon Deployer, and also Mausoleum comes pre-installed with Graphimags.
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah,
it.
you gotta like pre-install that on those weapons. Damn. Yeah, no, it's like... So... This is something which actually does so well today. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Say, what would that broken build also break Profit Taker and similar world bosses?
Probably. I haven't tried it.
Let us know, Arturia. Let us know. So this actually like this talk
We
right.
could actually try it ourselves.
Oh yeah, we can. We can. We
I got
can.
what we need. Find the next satellite.
Let's give this a shot. So, what like, let's see. I've posted not safe for work Genshin stuff in Discord. No, but I've seen stuff come by on Discord which was close to it. Where I'm like, oh, so there's also that kind of community on Genshin. I don't know if it was you who posted it. I gave up on Genshin once I needed help with finding how to continue the story. I am kind of returning to Genshin now, Arturia, because about a year ago I gave up on it because I felt like I was completely lost. I couldn't really fight all that well. The game it wasn't too hard, but like I just wasn't doing enough damage, and like I couldn't find a way to level up and shit. And now I discovered that I'm actually like massively like I'm using starter like legends. I'm using starter weapons, and I'm actually really done with my builds. So better build should actually like help me a lot more. So maybe we'll see.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
So yeah. Anyway, the thing that I actually like intended to like talk a little bit about today, like this shit ties in so well. But you know how we've all been feeling like Warframe has kind of been over the last few years, whereas like at the start it was like the most amazing game we'd ever played, or at least a lot more fun. Boring as hell, Retro says yes as well, that too. Like, I've been finding that with a lot more games, right? I've not been finding that just with like just Warframe. I've been finding that with Apex. I've been seeing that with, oh god, what was it? Like, well, more games that we played a lot. Anyway, like I've been seeing that with a lot more games. I've also been seeing that with like with a lot more other things that I do. For instance, YouTube and Twitch used to be super insanely exciting to me, and every single feature that they would bring out, I'd be like, yeah, fuck yeah. And the last few years, I've just been kind of like, huh? And I also have that with phone releases, or what's it called, like technology releases, like the latest laptops and shit. Like I felt back in the day, let's say 2012, new smartphones used to be so cool, and every single year they'd add like a new feature and they become much faster. And the last 5 years have all seemed to be literally the same. That I'm like, why is everything becoming so boring? But the thing which I kind of feel. Oh, do you want to say something? Go ahead.
I was going to say, no, I have actually felt that myself as well. I think part of the problem is, have you noticed how ruled by nostalgia people are currently? Like, so much fucking shit at the minute. There's just got callbacks to old things from, like, old movies, and it's just like, can you create something new, please? Like, half the stuff that's coming out, both in games and all this kind of stuff, are just re-releases of old things that have already been done. It's like,
oh yeah, like it's everywhere, because even
remasters are nice, but at the same time, can we like have something new, please?
Even like cars, like there's a big trend right now with cars to like re-release really old models. So the Ford Bronco is back again. What's it called? Like Jeep did like another like callback to one of their old models. Like all these new cars are gonna be like callbacks to old cars from like 50 years ago. But yeah, the nostalgia thing is pretty heavy. But what I feel is like this is what I was thinking about today, and I could be wrong. But tell me what you think about this. Like I have a theory that it kind of comes because we've explored most of it. So, and this kind of ties into for instance this gun. What like you said, like I said, like if Warframe actually like forced me or like kind of enticed me to use this gun more, then I would have, you know, then I would have known that was so cool, and probably I would have played a little bit more. But I never knew that this gun was so nice. And then you said, well, they probably expected you to experiment a little bit more. To which I said, well, you know, it was another closed-off system. It was another open world. I'd seen that shit, so I knew enough. So I didn't even bother. And I think a lot of this stuff where it's like, games don't seem as fun anymore, movies don't seem as fun anymore, tech don't seem as fun anymore. I think a lot of that has to do with that things are the most fun when you have no preconception of them and you're exploring. So the way that I see it is when I played Warframe for the first time and I saw that it was like more than a game that I played for just like 1 week and then moved on, and I saw that they were developing, like they were continuously pushing updates. I'd never heard of a live service. I had never heard of a game that was updating itself. So to me, the sky was the limit. I was imagining that, oh my god, this game is going to update for the rest of my life. It's going to have an insane story because they haven't worked on story yet. They have a really small team, a really small budget, and the more they're going to grow, the better the quality is going to get. And whenever they launched the first open world, I was amazed by it because, oh my god, an open world! Can you imagine what that is? An open world? Like, I don't even know, but man, you can do so many crazy things. But over time, like, you come to learn, it's like, oh yeah, it's another open world, and it's got some issues. It's got another open world, and it's got some issues. And you start to learn more, and at a certain point in time, like, you know most things about the game, or about the thing that you're like, let's just take Warframe right now. You know so many things about Warframe that you know what its shortcomings are, you know everything that it can do, and you know everything that it mostly will do, because, you know, you've been so interested in it that you've kind of explored everything around it. And then it can't really surprise you anymore. And when it does surprise you, like, the chances are very big that either it will not be something that you like, because if they try and, like, do a new direction, it's like, yeah, you know, how big are the chances that that's actually going to work? Or, if it is something that you like, I mean, I like the new war, but I was still fucking skeptical about what it was going to be. I was also I'm still really skeptical about what the future of this game is going to be, because I've seen so many late releases, bug releases, weird ass random directions of this game that I don't really trust them whenever they say, oh, we're going to do something really cool. I'm like, yeah, sure you are. So I feel like a lot of this really excitement that like I feel with a lot of things, and I'm also seeing like a lot of people around me, like as you say, like Rab, you recognize it. I've seen it with a lot of my friends who also play Warframe or play like other games. Like, I think that most of our most exciting times are when we're still rather new to it, we're exploring, and thus the sky is the limit, and we can be pleasantly surprised because we never saw it coming, or we can be like, oh, well, it could still be better because they're still going to fix it in the future. Like, we still have hope. And once we've explored everything, like, we know how good it's going to get, and we know how bad it's going to get, so it kind of just becomes meh.
Yeah, it's familiarity with the company as well, because D seem to be I can't fucking speak today. Their name is pretty apt because they vary wildly between things that are just so bland and then interesting, and then other things that are actually really quite engaging and fun to do.
Yeah.
I think the last major thing they did that was like really like, oh, this is actually pretty different from what we're used to and fun, was Disruption.
Oh yeah.
Because that was basically a kind of defense mission, but with other things thrown into it that we hadn't really had before.
Yeah.
But then other times it's just like another defense mission or another planet. The fact that there isn't really much separating a lot of the content at the moment, like one planet is just identical to another, aside from the enemy's lair. There's nothing unique or special about the missions that you'll have to do there. You just need to change the weapons you're using.
Mm-hmm.
That it's alright for casual playing, but if you actually want to have a game that feels like it's quite diverse, then it's not going to work, because you are essentially just doing the same thing 9 times or 12 times for the amount of places there are now. Which is the same with the open worlds as well, the quote-unquote open worlds.
Yeah.
They're really not.
Satellites have been hacked.
And having fast travel mechanics don't change that.
Mm-hmm. Let me see what chat says real quickly. Let's see, Arteria says, heck, helping my clannies building and decorating is more fun than even the dev streams. I feel like dev streams have massively fallen off, man. Like, I never hear people be excited about dev streams anymore, or make, what's it called, dev stream refuse, or... Then again, I've lost faith in dev streams myself as well, because it was kind of like, yeah, man, here's cool things that are coming up in a year or 4 or 5. Yeah, get excited. So...
But it doesn't help that the last dev stream was basically just damage control and patch notes in form.
What do they fuck up now? Do they have to do damage control?
Well, from Angels of the Zariman with how buggy it was, and then things like the Xmas are now immortal.
Oh boy, but we're a small indie studio with only 300 people working for us, please. Just have some compassion, we can't do this all. Oh yeah, we're owned by Tencent, by the way, but please forget about that. Let me see.
Why they haven't looked into hiring new people, expanding the people who are working on the game. I know that's very easy for me as a player to say, oh, just get more people. But at some point there is the question that has to be raised. It's like, if this is what you are doing with this level of team, you may be able to do a bit more with a few more people on the team.
Well, like, that's the weird thing, is because around 2016, they still had only 50 people working for them. Around 2018, it was about 200. So they went to 4 times the size in 2 years, which was around the, what's it called? The, what I call, like, their best years in terms of, like, expanding the game to, like, a wider market, which was basically Plains of Eidolon Fortuna. But we this is also something that we've always been stunned by. Is like, we've never seen like this massive increase in the amount of people actually convert to a great increase in like better, faster content sort of thing. It's always roughly stayed the same in terms of output.
Well, it's gotten slower actually.
Yeah, like
because yeah, I remember when I first started playing about 7 years ago now. The updates, that was just when they first started getting slower updates. But it was still pretty consistent. Like, each month there'd at least be like a few new weapons released or things to do with that.
The 10 reinforcements.
Yeah. However, now new content comes out when they have new updates, and because the updates, I mean, credit to them, Angels of Zariman followed the new war pretty quickly. But at the same time, the amount that was in those updates, content-wise, like guns, weapons, skins, new frames and stuff, was equal to what the tenor reinforcements used to be.
Yeah.
So the amount of content that they're putting out hasn't really changed, but the time it's taking to put them out has, which is not a good combination.
Yeah, that's why I feel it sort of stayed the same, because the new war was a lot more, what's it called, ambitious than some of the previous quests. Because I remember, like, way back when, quests would just be like, go here, go there, and then we'd, like, we just kind of, like, you know, talk a little bit along the lines. And here they actually send us to new tile sets, let us play as new factions, that sort of thing. However, it just took so long to come out that it's like, well, it feels like you kind of did the same amount of work. It just took you longer because it was more ambitious. But hey, you know, obviously that's gonna happen.
there's also the fact that they haven't really done much in the way of diversifying content when they've had the opportunity. Because I remember when the new War came out and everyone was doing their reviews of it, one thing that Tactical Potato pointed out is that he was really hoping the Drifter would be able to use guns, like he does in the Quest. Like, he's not just an operator, he has his guns, he has Nataruk, he has a dagger as well.
Yeah.
And his gameplay was pretty different. And it was very interesting to see how that gameplay was in comparison to the rest of Warframe. Afterwards, they just don't do anything with that.
Nope.
There is functionally no difference between the operator and the drifter.
No, there
other
isn't.
than the fact that the drifters look uglier, which is just really wasted opportunity.
Yeah.
Because there's like so much that they could do there to add new, refreshing content to the game. I mean, an example of a game that I've been playing recently, and also one of the funnest I've been playing for a while, is Maneater. That was free on Epic Games a few weeks ago. You play as a shark and you go around killing things. And that's the game, basically. But I'm actually really tempted to buy the DLC because of the fun that I've been having with that, and I've almost completed it. But the thing is, what makes the DLC appealing is because the stuff available in it, like it seems like there's new fun content, an entirely new area to explore, and new evolutions to use on the shark. I don't have that feeling when it comes to Warframe because it doesn't really add anything new.
No.
It adds new things that change metas, but they only work within the meta. They don't actually do anything to provide new ways you can play the game.
Yeah, no, it's only within the content island that things change.
Yeah, and like originally they were going to plan to use Necromex in regular missions, not just in Railjack, like that was asked for. People wanted that. And their workaround was, oh well, yeah, we'll include them in regular missions, but they'll have to be Railjack missions. So then they add like all the different missions to Railjack like survival, extermination, defense, etc. But people don't want to play Railjack, people want to use the Necromex.
Yeah.
As well as the fact that the missions to do stuff in Railjack are just so much longer and so much less fun.
Oh, true. Yeah, let me...
You can make a Railjack that just absolutely annihilates everything. It's a fucking pain in the ass to go to and from it just to do 5 waves of defense.
Yeah, Railjack has never appealed to me. But let me catch up with Chad because I'm massively behind here. Let me see. Arterius has also found I've also found around which story point I stopped. Was supposed to find the second Archon after I dealt with the Dragon and Wind Archon. Oh yeah, the what's it called? Like within the new war. Yeah, I see. Let me see. It could be Burnout. It could also be Burnout. I was tempted to feel that way when it came to Warframe, because Warframe was the really first time that I felt it. However, I'm seeing it with Apex right now as well. I'm seeing it with like technology and shit, and I'm seeing it with so many more people as well. Obviously, it is more clear with people that have played this game so much more. So, like for instance, when I see with other former Warframe YouTubers, for instance, I'm like, yeah, you know, I can see how that could technically be Burnout. But I'm just saying it in general with so many things in my life. I'm like, well, what are the most exciting times for me? And when am I the most hopeful? It's like when I don't know exactly what was going to be happening. I just found this new thing. I don't know what it means. I'm so hopeful because with Warframe, I was so excited for the story. I remember, first of all, like when there was no story, it's like, what will the story be? And my mind went everywhere as to what it could be. Then you saw with the second war, the second dream, I was like, fuck, man, this is so cool. You imagined all the ways and like, what would the new war do? And actually, in the build up to the new war, I just completely lost interest in the story. Like, I was 2018 Sacrifice. I was 100% on board with the story. I was doing, theories. I was going through all the logs and shit and trying to like, I even transcribed all the quests like line by line to try and figure out if there was some hidden meaning that I'd missed. But I never really like, I never really did anything with it afterwards because when I saw that the new war was taking such a long time, they were throwing all these teasers out there, and then I saw that obviously we're gonna go save the Lotus, and they want to push this narrative that we want to save Space Mom because we love Space Mom sort of thing. It's like, yeah, get the fuck out. It's like now it's no longer exciting because it doesn't feel like, hey, this is a story where they have an idea, and like the more people are coming to the team, the better the stories are going to get, the more planned out, the more structured, the more like enhanced this universe will be. It just kind of continued to be just shots in the dark, which didn't really feel connected, and especially in the later years became little snippets of like teasers until like one thing that came out 4 years too late. And it's like, yeah, I don't get excited about that anymore. It's like, that's weird. But then I see the same shit with like something like Halo, where like people are really excited about like Halo 1, 2, 3, and Reach. And then afterwards, people are like, yeah, man, Halo sucks, it's not good. I'm like, yeah, bro, like I just started playing Halo. I just kind of enjoy the campaigns. I have a good time with them. But I can see, like, I can understand your feelings from a Warframe perspective. And I started playing Apex. I heard people were tired of that. I kind of enjoyed myself. And then at a certain point in time, like, I uninstalled it today, and I don't know if I will be reinstalling it because honestly, I'm fucking tired of it. I'm fucking tired of things like no team deathmatch being around with like their matchmaking, which like doesn't have fair gameplay. The way that they treat their players, that sort of stuff. The way that they don't listen to feedback, and it's like, it's so weird to see. But like I knew with Warframe, I could just see people that be like, when they were talking to me, and they were like, man, this game is so great, and man, they're gonna fix it, it's gonna be alright, it's gonna be totally fine, like, these devs, they care about the game, it will be totally fine. I'm like, oh boy, you wait, I want to hear you talk to me again in a year or two time, and you're gonna say something entirely different. And every single person I thought that of has actually turned around in a year or two time and been like, man, I'm so done, they're never doing this shit, they're never fixing this, it's hopeless, it's fucking I'm like, yeah, dude, there you go, there's your naivety, just boom, gone. And now it's all like doom and gloom. But yeah.
I mean, that happened recently as well, because what's that Greek oracle who's always, like, her whole thing was that she gave accurate prophecies that were like 100% guaranteed to come true, and no one believed her. I feel like that whenever I talk about Warframe,
Yeah.
because I pointed this out with the melee, not the melee reworks, well, yeah, part of the melee rework and the gun rework.
Mm-hmm.
They never actually solved the problem. They never actually changed anything that was causing the issue in the disparity between these two things. What they changed was a band-aid solution, and then just made melee worse on top of that.
They just made
So now,
it was so dumb. Even
so
though
now we're back in 2015, where guns were super overpowered, and melee is pretty meh. But that's not the best part. The best part is, as I said would happen, AoE weapons are now the super meta, and they are basically the only thing that is worth using at higher levels, because you can just kill absolutely everything with them, and it's so much more time efficient to do that than to use other weapons.
yeah.
And these changes were made entirely based around how things functioned in the Steel Path, a
Oh my God.
endgame quote-unquote thing that most people do not play.
I have
It is
not played it.
worth the time. Yeah, it is not worth the time or effort to play it, unless you want to get things like arcanes or oh no, wait, you don't even get those mods from that. You get them from arbitrations. So
Damn.
again, another layer of other things that you have to do before you can get to the best bits of Steel Path.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
And so now we're right back in 2015, where guns were overpowered. And how long is it going to be until they start looking at the disparity between AoE weapons, like AoE guns, and all the rest, and say, oh hey, this looks a bit unbalanced, or, you know, guns versus melee, and says, oh, this looks a bit unbalanced, and then they're just gonna change it again to be bad. It's like, this is not solving the problem. The problem with guns wasn't anything to do with the mods we had available, other than the fact that we didn't have good mods. It was partly to do with the stats. You know, it doesn't matter how many fucking mods you stick on the Stug is dog shit.
And you know
It
what?
is literally factually incapable of actually working as a good gun, partly because it was made in a completely different era where weapons, enemies, and status worked in different ways.
Yep. And you know what's crazy? It's a PvE game. It's not even a PvP game. It is literally a PvE game. Like, if you were struggling with balance in a PvP game, I can understand that. But hey, you know, it's a PvE game. Like,
I haven't told you about one of the best things about the new update, have I?
let me catch up with chat a little bit, and then tell me what one of the best things is. So, Afim says, you know why I hired Warframe? I always hire the same girls, skinny, worship the magazine, but they often turn out to be disappointing and stupid. But when Warframe showed up with an impressive resume, I said to myself, take a chance, hire the smart fat girl, and I had hope. God, I live with it. But in the end, Warframe turned out to be even more disappointed than any of the other silly girls. Damn.
He loves that.
Is that like an original quote, or like is that a quote from something?
It's a movie quote.
Damn. I knew it. That's all. Time for you to explore 2 new genres, indie and horror. Damn. Let's see. Orange Soul genre. Yeah, I actually wanted, like, maybe I'll get into Elden Ring at some point. Let me see. Arteria says, just feels like the interest is gone in the game at times, just like with D&D. The Dungeon Master's trying, but thanks to a certain player derailing us all the time for our own benefit, I'm more interested in sketching than actually playing D&D. Yeah, like, I wonder, I wonder if it's just like a collective thing, like where it takes a certain bit of time, because I can also imagine it from like a developer point of view. I mean, like, okay, so I see it right now a bit with YouTube, and I'm like with my YouTube and my content creation, and I'm wondering whether it's something which is just temporary for me, or whether I'm fucked. I hope it's temporary. I think it's temporary. But I can see that when they start out, they're wondering like, hey, what the fuck can we make? What the fuck shall we do, right? And then you just start out making like something cool, and people are liking it, and then you just add like, oh man, let us add this Tenno thing, and then people love it. It's like, oh, let us add like a cinematic story thing, and people love it. And then you're just like in this mood where you're like, you're with a small team of people, you never knew whether this thing was gonna take off, and every single like day you're just kind of like, man, would this be cool? Wouldn't that be cool? You don't know what the limits are of what your actual game is. And then when you're a couple of years in, you're just kind of like, yeah, you know, this is what we do, and we're just gonna do another one of these, and we're just gonna do another one of these that's bigger, and just gonna do another one of these that's bigger. And at the end of the day, you're just like, you just kind of ran out of ideas because like your thing is just kind of defined. So this original thing where you're like super excited exploring and shit, like exploration phase is over and it's time to exploit. And like that is something which like I've found myself when it comes to YouTube and Twitch also a little bit. Like I used to be super explorative in my early years, which was like, man, I don't know if any of y'all watch me in my very early years, but I would go from, oh boy, a Warframe, what's it called? I'd go from like a Warframe tutorial question video sort of thing to a completely random like cinema sense, but then for like a music video that I randomly watched, then to like a Warframe weapon review, then to some weird workout video, then to some weird ass video that only made sense if you knew the context, which I was the only one that knew the context, then back to like some sort of like Warframe review, then talking about what's it called, like how to set up Warframe servers, then going about, oh my god, I dread Warframe, like making an I hate everything clone sort of thing. I went everywhere. There was no line to be drawn.
Bipolar YouTube channel.
Yeah, but it's like, it was just because I was so new to like this YouTube thing, and like it kind of just started out like, man, I want to answer some, like I wanted to be a Guide to Lotus before a Guide to Lotus was a thing. And then I was like, man, I'm answering all these questions at the same time, let me make this a video. And I was like, I was making these videos like, man, I like making videos. What else can I make? And I was like watching more of YouTube because of like exploring YouTube, and I was like, man, I can make that as well. Let me try it. Let me try making that, and let me just try making that now. And because I was mostly just sharing it with my people, my clan, like they were always like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. Oh yeah, that's kind of cool. So we just kind of like ran with everything, and now my format is a lot more steady, and like.
Guide of the Lotusy.
What do you say, Lotus?
Guide of the Lotusy.
Yeah. Man, I'm glad I never got in there. But yeah, it's like right now it's like it's cool, and like I think that a bit of my problem came with like a couple years ago where I was like I went completely out of exploration mode and completely into exploitation mode, which I think is something I pretty want to explore more as a concept. With like exploration versus exploitation, it's a very well like it's a thing that I'm learning when it comes to like machine learning and stuff. But I think it also very much applies to like our lives, where when we're young we're exploring a lot, and then when we get older we start exploiting. So like the moment that you get into like primary school is very much exploration. Like you're gonna explore a bunch of different subjects and you're gonna do a whole bunch of different random outside of school activities and shit. And then when you get like older, like when you go to university or go to college, like you're gonna exploit one particular area. You're not gonna do English anymore or history, but because you're really good at maths, you're gonna follow a math study, and that's why you're only gonna do maths at that point in time. So instead of exploring new subjects, you're only exploiting the one thing that you feel you're good at. And that's good because of exploiting you can actually, you know, earn a living and get better at it. But at the same time, like you're also missing out this like really cool exploration phase. So let me catch up with the chat a little bit more. Simfrone says, I feel like when they revealed their plans for the helmet system with the Deimos open world reveal, I got really excited for me at least. I was totally unheard of to replace abilities on Warframes. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool too. Though I've not really dived into that all that much. Because I heard about that, I was like, oh shit. But then I was like, okay, shit, you gotta like hand in Warframe sort of thing. And then around that time, I don't know, I just kind of bummed out of Warframe. It's still something that I want to explore.
Still working on it.
My helmet wall is a testament to how many frames I've murdered, because they mean nothing to me at this point. It's an entire little garden.
Damn. Let's see. Arteria says they did damage control in the death stream. Now I might give that one a chance. See?
No, the entire dev stream was damage control, because it was literally just them going over how they were going to fix and change things from the Angels of Zariman update.
Damn. I mean,
No, no, I was going to say no new content. There was a few bits of content in it. Whether I would call them excited update worthy? No, they were basically just what you would expect to see in a patch from other games.
yeah.
And one of the features they added into it, I just really do not see why, because the last thing those missions needed was more distractions.
Oh boy. Let me see. Simron says, when was the last time someone heard Tenno reinforcements? Oh man. Remember when I used to make little videos about it? Like, Tenno reinforcements coming this week. And I would just be like a showcase of the weapons. Man, that was great.
This is it.
But yeah, like, I've often wondered, like, why in 2018 did I all of a sudden go from, like, making Warframe videos to just doing random vlogs and, like, turn my channel into a vlog channel, like, super randomly. And I kind of remember it now, because back then I kind of settled on, oh, let me make iDrep videos where I'm like, they're just, like, opinion videos about Warframe whenever they change something. And let me make, like, quality Warframe reviews, so just, like, whenever I do one of these 10 reinforcements, let me just do, like, a random video about, like, the weapons and such. And then they did not give any 10 reinforcement for like half a year, and they didn't change the game for half a year. So I was like, well, I'm shit out of content. There's nothing I can cover because this game is not doing anything right now. So yeah, that was a great time. Arteria says, when I joined, we would get updates each week, and they were small back then, but yeah, now they're big, and we're just happy if we get an update once a year. Yeah, it's so low. Let's see. Retro says, I 100%ed a man-eater in about 8 hours. Maybe I'll give it a shot too. If you guys are like, if you guys all explored it, I think I got it too from the Epic thing recently. So,
I would definitely recommend it.
all right, it's gonna go in the menu then. Simfron says, funny that you mentioned Drifter. DE we're feeding Drifter at TennoCon in about a month, which is supposed to have the lore for the Drifter. Oh boy.
Oh goody, the lore. That's really what I want from the Drifter.
Oh yeah, so
Like, it's just another version of ourselves that got stuck on a ship. Woo.
see, like that is something which I found myself when it comes to like the lore as well. Back in the day, I was so excited to learn more about the lore, and whenever they said, "Oh, we're gonna learn more about the lore of this and learn more about the lore of that," I was like, "Man, hell yeah, let's go, boys!" However, back then I felt like, you know when a universe reveals something and it's like, wow, that is so cool, I never saw that coming. And whenever a universe reveals something, I was just kind of like, oh, like that. Oh, yeah. I felt back in the day when the Tenno reveal came, like that was like, what the fuck? Because it kind of worked. Like you never knew what a Warframe was. It was kind of weird, like the fact that you switched between Warframes. And the fact that there was like some sort of like kid that could control with his mind is like, man, okay, that makes sense now. However, right now, like a lot of this shit has gotten like so convoluted for the sake of convolutionness. Like the fact that they would like man, like all the reasons they gave and like the way they explain shit in like the new wars, like, oh yeah, it's like temporal shit, it's like this and that, and yeah, you know, you're not really supposed to know what anything means until you're gonna be playing like Planes of Defury, and then you'll figure out what it means. It's like, I'm totally fine if I start out a game and there are just things that are generally unknown to me as a character. I am totally fine with that. But if my character knows what the hell you're talking about, because my character was in class for this shit, but you're just gonna lore dump this on me, and not explain it to me well, because yeah, in about 2 or 3 years time, you'll have a quest which will kind of explain this shit. It's like, nah, fuck that, that's bad storytelling. So that shit just like completely turned me off of the lore. I don't really care about like whatever lore they still throw us, which is sad.
Move to extraction.
Let's see.
Yeah. Lore. See, that's the other thing with the updates, is that I wouldn't necessarily mind like getting hyped for things, and like the concepts and ideas that they seem to want to implement in the game do seem like a good idea, but the past record has shown with the last few updates that it's just not going to be very deep. Like, it's just going to be, what, a quest, a few new mechanics and all that. It's like, I will have that done in a day.
Yeah. Yo, Reskas, what's going on, man? Are you winning, son? I sure am. I sure am. Oh my god, I've got max rank on my solo, on my weapon. Gotta go for that shit, bro.
Hold on a second, just gotta go AFK for a second.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna go and, like, work this out, so, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go catch up in chat right now. Let's see. Foboji, how's it going, man? No way, Michel, I'm Warframe with Chroma Prime. Yeah, I am with Chroma Prime. Let me go and leave the relay, and let me go and explore, let me go and, like, explore this build a little bit. We're breaking Warframe with, like, some insane weapons, man. Like, that's what we're doing here. It's back to the good old days. Back to the good old days. So, yeah, let me see here.
Your inbox, operator. Maybe orders will get a message someday.
Into the Lotusi. A retro asks and Nebraska says, don't loot Space Mom. Who am I kidding? People are bound to do it. I mean, Warframe literally, like... That's what they built their entire Space Mom thing off, man. Holy shit. Shoving the Parasites is right up there. Damn. Good thing Warframe isn't PvP with Helmeth in place. If only. Want to show me your Helmeth garden? And the update has an entirely new title. Well, does Warframe need new weapons? I mean, with the amount of weapons that they have, I wouldn't say necessarily, but at the same time, it was like, back then, it was, like, so cool every single time you got, like, new weapons or, like, something new to explore. Isn't the Drifter just us that didn't get our forward powers until they did get our forward powers? Like, yeah, it is us that didn't get forward powers until they did. I can imagine how cool it would be that they wouldn't have forward powers and you'd have to play differently. However, at the same time, then you get people like, but I want to play as the Drifter, but my Drifter's got no Tenno powers, and I just want to play Drifter with Tenno powers. And then you'd have people who'd be like, but I want to play as Tenno, but then without Tenno powers, but then with like the Drifter gun, because I like my Tenno more. And then like they'd have that, so I can see why they did that. But at the same time, yeah. Let me see. Another version that approaches Warframe has less sense of time than Games Workshop. Drifter is in current fear, the other timeline that didn't get saved, yes, but I suppose there's a question, how did they survive? Why did they take our place? Pixel, how's it going? How are you doing? Nani? I guess that our other selves survived by doing old-fashioned stuff like hunting and murdering the attackers, while there cannot be two of us they're at the same location. Yeah, like... Let me see where do I want to get... If Warframe's only way to write proper... Rise is to restrict every game mechanic they ever provided. That's an interesting take on the quest. So, I have a theory about Warframe, okay? And, don't y'all go spread this, okay? Because, like, this is supposed to be super fucking secret. But I trust all of you that y'all keep this a secret, okay? So in about a year's time, Warframe's gonna turn 10 years old. I'm thinking maybe I want to do like something cool, like some sort of like 10 years of Warframe video. I'm gonna be experimenting a little bit with like the Horizon series. I want to do like some sort of Horizon review, and then see based on that like what I can do when it comes to Warframe, and maybe make it big, maybe make it fucking big, maybe like interview some people, like do it as a like collaboration, maybe make it like an hour long. I don't know. But one thing which I want to explore is like this idea of what what Warframe has meant, like what Warframe has meant to people, how it's changed over time, and especially like one of the things which I feel it is right now is that. Is that Warframe right now, like people have often said as like kind of accusatory, they've said, you know, Warframe, it's just, let me tell you this one thing, it is big as an ocean but deep as a puddle. Ooh, I gave it to them good. Man, this shit is like actually not done that very well. But yeah, so like people often say it's wide as an ocean but deep as a puddle. And they kind of like make that accusatory, like Warframe is bad, man. It's like it's pretending to be so big, but it's so bad. I'm kind of wondering like what if that's the intent, right? Because what I remember Warframe being for me was my very first game that kind of got me into gaming, basically. Impossible, Michel Frame. Yeah, I'm here at the Warframe Villager. How's it going? Warframe was like the very first game that really got me into playing games. More seriously, got me into like exploring communities, got me into like exploring, building my Warframe up, doing some meta builds, doing some fashion frame, doing some ship fighting, doing some clan work, doing some like solo play, doing some story quests, doing some like, I mean, we don't really have companion stuff, but we do kind of have like characters that we can interact with. Sometimes we have a little bit of choices. We have a little bit of PvP. Like Warframe is a little bit of everything. And I feel Warframe, with like the way that it's like centered as a free-to-play, pretty high-quality free-to-play game that is not like overly toxic in the sense of, for instance, Fortnite or Apex are pretty high free-to-play games, but at the same time, what you also have is that these games are pretty like toxic, and like you can only do one thing with this, right? You can only do one single thing in these games, like play a battle royale. If you don't want to do that, well, tough luck to you. You know, we may have another remote, but it's like you can only do one thing. And Destiny, I mean, Destiny is free to play. Warframe is kind of like free to play, and like you can pretty much play for free. And it's like, it's not all that predatory when it comes to like microtransactions. It's like pretty fucking open. So for someone who is brand new to gaming, who a lot of times are like the younger teenagers who are brand new to gaming, who do have a PC but do not have money to spend on games, like this is gonna be like the game they're all gonna be playing. Maybe not the game they're all going to be playing with their friends. They're going to say like, oh, let's come over, like let's go have like a fun night of Warframe. They'll probably just be like, let's come over, let's have a fun night of Fortnite or a fun night of Call of Duty, or like, man, I fucking my kill streak is higher than your kill streak, that sort of thing. Like they won't be doing that with Warframe, but in their own spare time when they're not really playing with people, like this will be that place where, you know, if they want to game more, hey, here we go. You have a game which is like fucking huge, high quality, and like you can go and start here, and like maybe the shooting thing attracts you, and then you go into like the hallway shooting, and all of a sudden you discover like, hey, there's things in here like building. Like, man, I never used to be into building things ever. Like I would always find like one gun in my shooters that I was kind of happy with, and then I'd be okay with it. And I was like, holy shit, there are things in here where I can like go and like farm all these weapons and I can upgrade them. Like it was actually quite something which took me a while to get into, but when I got into it, like it really took me by storm, sort of thing. And then it took me a long time before I actually got into fashion framing stuff. That was something all the way at the end. But lore, I kind of used to love stories back in the day, but not so much that I would really like go into wikis and explore all this stuff and be like, oh man. And I did that because every single time Warframe would open up a new opportunity. Like when I liked the thing that I was playing, there was something new that either I also got interested in, or something that I didn't really necessarily get interested in, but hey, I had nothing better to do, right? There was nothing else going on. I was like, well, let me explore this, and all of a sudden I was doing that and I was kind of enjoying it. So I think that Warframe definitely paved the way for me to go and play something like Mass Effect, because I love the stories, I love the the space theme, and Warframe wasn't updating, and then people that I knew from Warframe were playing Mass Effect. I was like, shit, let me go play Mass Effect Andromeda. Kind of a piece of shit Mass Effect game, but my first Mass Effect game, I enjoyed that. Then I played Mass Effect 1 and 2, absolutely adored that. Mass Effect 1 and 2, story-wise and companion-wise and relationship-wise, are so much better than Warframe. But holy shit, I don't know if I would have ever gotten into that if it wasn't for me playing Warframe. Similarly with like, I think so, like there are games as, oh my god, like Fallout or there are like Hades where your build impacts the game so much more, and you can much more meaningfully like get builds and like it's more balanced and shit. But hey, you know, I would have never learned of these games if it wasn't for Warframe. So I think maybe like their thing with like being like wide as an ocean but like shallow as a puddle sort of thing, that might just be something that they're kind of owning, but they're like not owning publicly, but maybe that's just what they want to do. And I can kind of see that. Like, honestly, I think that this game kind of does have a place as a like wide as an ocean, deep as a puddle game. Which means that like if you're new to gaming, if you're new to this game and you don't know what the hell is going on, like you don't really have money for any games and you just want to try everything there is out there, this is a great game to just like get started, explore everything that's out there, be like, oh my god, I like fashion, I like I like what's it called, stories, and I like farming. All right, then maybe find a game that has those things. Or maybe you start playing it, you're like, man, I really like very deep stories, but also like character customization. I like world exploring. Okay, play Fallout, something like that, right? So instead of this game like being something where like it goes very deep into the thing you like, it's not the greatest at anything, but it's like it just does a whole bunch of shit. And I think that might be one of its strengths. And well, which is kind of hard to see if you played it for a long time, because for instance, I really enjoyed the story. I really enjoyed kind of like the challenging content. I enjoyed a lot of like the original Warframe like whole way like explore the universe like gameplay. But we can't have that right now because we have so many mechanics. Like we now have Railjack, we now have Necromex, and we now have Tenna, we now have Drifters, we now have this, and we have that. And, like every single planet's got to have a open world, and like if there's going to be another cinematic quest, it's going to take a couple years before that comes out. And I'm like, man, this is like not up to my standards, because right now I've played Halo that was so much better, and it's like I don't think Warframe is ever going to get better or as good as I want it to be in the specific areas that I want, because it can't never go too deep in there, because otherwise it would drop the other things around it, and that's where you have content items, you have people like, oh, this doesn't integrate very well. But it did open them up to it, so I'm thinking maybe that's Warframe's strengths, and that's something which I may want to explore in a little bit, like with that video, and see what people say. So yeah.
Sorry to cut in.
Don't worry.
I have to go soon, so do you want to do the profit taker, see how that works with everything?
Oh yeah, sure.
Do that before
Let's
I have
see.
to step out.
Yeah, let's see how broken it is. Let me invite you.
Also, the other thing I was going to mention is the fact that before the most recent update, there was a glitch where if you dragged the color from the lips of the operator, so you know how you've got like the color boxes, if you dragged the lip color, you could choose any lip color you wanted, and if you dragged that from the lips onto the skin, it would give you that color for your skin.
Holy shit.
Hold on, I do have a picture example.
I was like, I'm sure that definitely did not get abused.
Well, funnily enough, it kind of didn't. You know, as per typical for Warframe, most people just used it for developed customization. Well, I don't have a pitch for it, but I know that is.
Let's see. Arteria says, I'm already extraction. I'll be there in a minute. All right. I'll wait. Also, X3 Master, how's it going? Good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well. For me, KH got me into gaming, but Warframe was the first game that actually got me to actually interact with the community. Yeah, I feel Warframe is a really good gateway game, and that's why I feel that like you can pass through it nicely, you're gonna have a great time, but people that want to see more of it, like people don't really stick around and have as much fun anymore. And I think that's just because it doesn't go like people will spread out somewhere and they want to go deeper, but like this game won't. And it's just like something that I hear from everyone. I was like, yeah, you know, I can see that. But maybe that's what they want.
Foggy, right. We're all here. Let's get started.
All right, let me actually wait for you to join in.
Well, I thought I had some pictures of it, but I can't find them. But basically, it was my operator in a sort of drow style, you know, like black skin, white hair.
Damn.
And I was able to use like the deepest black for it that you've got on the smoke palette, because you could use color.
Let's get started.
But he removed that, and they stopped you from being able to do it because they felt it clashed with the structure their game has, like the lore, basically. They felt that it was not fitting with the lore.
Where did Warframe go from like back in the days when they were like, what was it called? They had this thing called coptering, and it was fucking game breaking, but people loved it, and they were like, yeah, it's not in line with what we want with the game, but hey, people love it, so I guess fuck it.
Yeah. Well, also on top of that, giant fucking pink rhinos with fairy wings.
Yeah.
Real lore friendly. So they removed it, but they've added in a thing that you can buy for focus. Once you've fully unlocked focus tree, you can buy these items, and they have a selection of skin colors that were similar to the ones that you would get from using the normal colors. I say similar because none of the main colors in there that people would really want are part of it.
Damn, boy. Restricting options again.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that you do have available is... they could work, you know, they will make operators look quite interesting, but they are not the same as the ones that you were able to do before. For example, I can't do a proper Drow anymore because there's not a black like that. There's an Orokin style coloured skin, but that's about it. And yeah, their main reason for doing that is because they wanted to keep lore integrity because it doesn't fit with their vision of the game.
See,
But, you know, as I said, a fucking pink rhino with giant fairy wings that is floating apparently doesn't compromise that vision.
yeah,
It's a matter of fashion frame, and fashion frame was one of the big things that makes Warframe desirable as a game. You can't just fucking remove that for some bullshit about artistic integrity when you've clearly not shown much care for that in the past before.
Yeah, no, but like that is something which I hate when companies are like going to like bullshit reasons where I'm like, man, like we can all see that makes no sense. Oh wait, I can just equip the gun and we can find out.
Well, we've got to break the shields first.
But the don't I have status things on here as well? Oh well.
I don't think they do, honestly. It's stupid, but I don't think they do.
Damn. Alright, I already got it equipped, so I just gotta wait for y'all to take some down. Fairy Grindle's a new meta instead of Pink Rhino. It is a good one, though, yeah.
That's it. Focus your arc-wing weapons on the wall. Compromise the exoskeleton of the legs, and then evacuate the torso.
Bro.
Amazing.
Damn, boy.
Amazing. The necromech ability doesn't even do damage to it.
Oh shit. Warrior turret. How'd you die? Also, how the fuck do I get out of this thing? I don't know. It's been a long time since I've done one of these as well.
What, the necromech?
No, this guy.
Shoot the legs.
Oh yeah, no.
And yeah, you can't use the necromech because the necromech's arcubec doesn't do any damage to it.
Unfortunate.
I guess you didn't want this fight being too easy.
I see so. I'm wondering whether they'll do something similar when it comes to Eidolons.
I don't think so, and that's the reason I forgot to mention earlier, is because Eidolons are the gateway to arcanes. So before that was the case, Eidolons could just sort of exist as a boss in and of themselves with their own both rewards and deficits, I guess you would say. Whereas now, they are the source of arcanes. So interest has gone less from them as a boss and more from them as a
Farm.
means to farm those. And of course, people will want to go towards efficiency when farming arcanes, so
Yeah.
they're not going to want to spend time and effort doing stuff like that.
See, like, that's why I think that they can't remove it. But at the same time, it's like, it's pretty fucking broken, man.
They better not fucking remove it, is all I can say.
Yeah, me too.
Because one of the problems that D never takes into account is the time and effort it takes to actually get things. The necromech I've got does take time to build, and a lot of the stuff that I use it for is also not just something you'll just be jumping into from the very start of the game. And so there's no trade-off in their minds between the amount of time it takes to get something and how valid it is in game to like completely. They just see something as being overpowered, so it needs to be changed, regardless of whether or not it takes you like 50 fucking hours to farm the stuff just so you can begin to build whatever it is that they have deemed OP.
No, that's definitely true. X3 Massive, thank you so much for that follow, dude. I appreciate it. Y'all doing any damage?
No, we need to do damage to shields, and that depends on what its damage type is. So
Yeah.
it's that.
Oh, I got some puncture on this.
Tenno needs to be revived.
Oh, I'm down too. Man, I'm really forgetting to like watch my health and
I would also love to just point out that this is still such an amazingly well-built boss. Absolutely no problems with this boss battle at all.
oh, what did they do so right about this? What did they definitely not fuck up?
I'm pretty sure it's actually worked out because it's not taking damage.
Oh, I'm doing damage to one of the legs somewhere. Yeah, the legs should be doing damage.
Now I have my goddamn muzzle on and can actually do damage, but it wouldn't let me summon it.
Yeah, to me, like, this fight was always... They tried to do something which is similar to an Eidolon, but then with Argon weapons instead of... What's it called? Like, Tenno abilities, and it never really worked that well for me.
Well, that was again one of these big things when it came out, was, oh, you'll be able to use these heavy weapons, and in fairness, people did like the idea of that, because it did seem like a good idea, but then it was just suddenly like, oh, no, you need to, you can only use them in certain situations, and you need to get things to make them, all different requirements, and things that just make it not worth using versus normal weapons, which in often cases can do more damage anyway.
The X3 Master says, they fucked up everything because game is bug frame at this point in time. I mean, the game has been absolutely bugged to hell and back, like, for years now. It's like, that's always been the case. But... It's like back in the day, they were like a small studio, so it's like, yeah, you know, they'll be alright, they'll fix it at some point.
Small
Oh no!
don't bully.
We just went back to like, we have radiation, I was doing some nice damage, and then it went to fire, and I was like, oh, okay.
I love how it's just stunning me and I can't do anything, even though it's not changing my animations or anything like that. No, I'm just soft stunned.
What the? What is this water thing type? Oh, is that bleed? Did they make a new bleed emote?
No, that's corrosive now, for some reason.
Why did they change corrosive to be that?
I don't know.
I've only got a few mortars left. Firing them all.
They've just... D changes for no rhyme or reason.
Oh, also, there was like a countdown timer on the Arcwing developer. Or like the deployer. That shit was great as well. But yeah. Oh boy. Alright, I think one more leg to go, or are we
No,
there?
it's dead.
We got him, nice. So yeah, not as insane. This one is definitely not as insane as Eidolon's.
Yeah, it's the fact that this boss fight is actually leagues better than it was when it was first released is fucking fascinating.
We did it! We did it!
Oh yeah, the thing that's actually like gonna explode and shit.
Yep.
Come in there, Tether. Rip out anything you think might help our cause.
Also, why the fuck can't you use arch guns in Archwing
What's that sound?
on the planes, like on open worlds? If you try and
Oh.
equip them while in Archwing, you just don't.
True!
In a matter of seconds, it
That is so dumb. Yeah, you
Yep.
can't do that. Yeah, no, I don't know, man. It's because the guns are too heavy or so. I don't know.
Heavy Papega.
Yeah. Alright, let's go back here. Oh man, oh man, oh man. But yeah, this is a cool
So,
gun
yeah,
to
verdict is Necromech can't be used for this because the Arcubec, its exalted weapon, doesn't even do damage to the fucking boss.
It doesn't. It's so bad.
It is absolute dog shit.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. Anyway, we did learn something cool new about Warframe today. And to be honest,
Yep.
I'm actually pretty excited about like ranking up this weapon. This is like the first weapon, and this is the first ever like Archwing weapon that I like. And this is the very first time I'm actually like, fuck, I want to like rank this weapon up again in like a long time. So, yeah.
Well, if you ever need help with that in the future, once you're forming it, you can just let me know, because I can drop a booster and that will boost the affinity.
Yeah. So, the thing which I'm thinking about is I'll probably be doing like more of these streams sort of thing. So like the thing that I have a couple of games which I kind of like want to play, but I don't really have like a content idea thing for. It's more like a classical stream. So like what's the difference, by the way, if you guys don't know, like what's the difference between like a classical stream and like a content stream? Content stream is like I have a clear idea of what we're gonna do. So a couple weeks back we played Warframe, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna like build a penis decoration in my orbiter, and I make sure that like we have like we hit certain points, that like I make sure that there's a story from the start to end. Here, I had no idea what I was gonna do. I knew I was just gonna like look at the build that Rahab had made. I was just gonna like fuck around a little bit in Warframe, talk a little bit about like how I feel that getting to know something very well makes you less enthusiastic about it. But I didn't know much else what to do about like what else to do. And I like that also like opens up the stream a lot more to like talking, but also means that like I'm not really delivering you content. I'm more like reacting to what you guys are saying, more reacting to the game, and it's cool and all. But I kind of wanted to move away from that when it came to the majority of my streams. I always want to make sure that I'm making content. However, I'm also quite liking this, especially with games like Warhammer 40k. I think that that's a perfect game for us to just like play, like go for that. They take a long time, but because of that, like we can play that, we can just like talk a little bit back and forth. And I think this is also as well like farming a little bit in Warframe is like yeah. I'll just do that on stream like during these days. I think I'm gonna choose a Wednesday or maybe another day. For now, it's gonna be on Wednesday, but I also kind of want to do it just chatting stream, and I don't know how much like these overlap sort of thing. Because I was just like just standard just chatting, so maybe right now I'll kind of like mix it up between Warframe, Warhammer 40k, and just chatting. But who knows? Maybe I'll like extend the stream somewhere. That said, Rahab, thank you so much for helping out, and like I know you need to go as well.
Yeah, and I was also just going to say, if you do a Stardew stream, that will have to be on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or what's the word? Saturday. That's the word. Because those are the days that I am free.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'll keep you updated. The next week things are definitely going to change a little bit more.
yeah.
Final week of university, whoop whoop. So we're gonna have a summer vacation ahead of us, which is gonna be great. We're also gonna have TwitchCon ahead of us, which is gonna be great. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. I surely did. We talked about a whole bunch of cool things and weird things and random things, and broke Warframe a little bit, which was super fucking exciting. Let me see right here. Someone else is playing Warframe right now. It's Francois878. Let's go do an old-ass Warframe raid. Let's go over to Francois878. Old, like, really, like, Warframe veteran. Used to do, like, a whole bunch of Warframe stuff. Warframe partner, that sort of shit. He's playing Warframe right now as well. So say hi to him. If you want to see more of Warframe, you can continue to hang out with him. Otherwise, I will see you all, I think, tomorrow for another stream. We'll see. Thank you so much. We broke Warframe to the point that it crashed on me. No! I hope you did get your rewards though, man. Otherwise, just send in like 10 tickets to support. I'm sure they'll help you with that. Alright, see you guys around, eh?